Every computer program needs to perform some tasks. And to perform those tasks, it needs values and it needs to store those values. Today, we are just going to talk about how computers stores values, numbers, or text or things like that to perform the operations on them. Okay. So today we are going to talk about variables, constants, identifiers, and data types. So this is going to be a very complete information about storing data, okay, inside the computer to perform operations. So first of all, we are going to talk about variables and constants. What are variables and constants? Okay, variable and constants, both of them are containers that live on the RAM, and we can store information inside them. We can store values inside them. Okay, so what is the difference between them? The difference is the values stored inside variables can change during program execution. It means once you have set a value inside it, and after that you can change it. Okay, but constants, simply if you set a value once to it or inside it, okay, then after that you cannot change it. Okay, many times we need to store data and we want to be sure that, yeah, they should not change. For example, the value of pi, okay, that is a constant value and it should never change, otherwise our calculations will just have problem in. Okay, so values can change and update during program execution in variables, but values are set once and remain unchanged throughout runtime to prevent accidental overrides. Okay, and in pseudocode, how you just simply write that, okay, set player score to 100. So simply that is the pseudocode variables. Okay, so the value 100 will be stored inside a variable named player score. And how to just simply work with constants in pseudocode. Okay, so simply you will write const, then data type. Okay, that is text, that is integer, whatever that is. Okay, and a name for that constant. So this is a constant, data type is real, and the name of the constant is pi. And after that, yes, set pi to 3.14159. Okay, and you cannot change it after this. What is an identifier? Identifier simply is a descriptive name given to a named memory. Okay, name of variable or constant, the name that you just give to it, that is called identifier. Okay, and identifiers, simply how they work, we just simply give them any name that we understand. Okay, but computer memory is just not named like this. They have just gotten codes. Okay, each one has got an address, and the memory address is stored with some numbers, and compiler then changes this to the memory address. And after that, the data is stored inside variables. In reality, okay, in the computer, it is stored as binary data, okay, zeros and one. Then we have to just study some rules for identifiers and some conventions. Okay, rules are some instructions that, yeah, you have to just apply them and you have to follow them. If you do not follow them, your programming language will generate errors for you. Okay, and they won't be accepted. So here we have gotten some very simple things. Okay, a variable name can have letters, digits, and underscore inside it, but you cannot start it with a digit. Then you cannot use any reserved words of your language, okay, as identifier. So simply the number one rule is just it must start with a letter. You cannot start with a digit. One score, that is invalid. Okay, no spaces allowed. Not only spaces, okay, any kind of a special character other than underscore is not allowed. Okay, so high score is accepted, high space score is not accepted, and characters, only letters, digits, and underscores are permitted, and no reserved words. Okay, reserved words or keywords of any language are not allowed to be used as identifiers. Okay, so there are rules. If you just do not follow them, you will face runtime errors. And discussing about conventions, okay, conventions, if you do not follow them, you will not face any error. Okay, your code will be accepted by the computer, but simply conventions are there to make your code more readable. Okay, so for example, the first one here, we have gotten identifiers must be descriptive. Okay, so set x to y multiplied by z. This is not very clear, but if the names of your variables or constants are very clear, okay, what they are for, so that is more understandable. Okay, so set total to price multiplied by quantity, so this is more clear. Okay, Then for the variables that has more than one words in their names, okay, we have gotten two conventions for them. One, camel case. If we just simply write them without these conventions, they will be difficult to read. But in order to just make them more readable and understand where does the next word start, okay, so we can either use camel case or snake case. Camel case, simply it means the first letter of each word should be capital, so you know where the next word starts. And snake case, between the words you have to use underscore. Okay, you have to just remember one thing: whichever method you choose, simply throughout your complete exam paper you have to follow the same thing. Okay, do not mix in the first line just using camel case, in the second line just using a snake case, or different questions even. Okay, so you have to use one of them throughout your complete paper. Clear? That one you have to just understand. And there is another convention for constants, and that is constant names are better to be written in all capital. Okay, so all programmers should understand that, yeah, this is a constant. Then after that, we have gotten the assignment operator. The assignment operator is simply pushing a value inside a variable or inside a constant. That is called assigning values. Okay, in programming languages we use an equal sign, but in pseudocode we use this syntax. Okay, set, then variable name or the identifier, to, then the value. So as a result of this, 100 will be stored inside player health.